Mark, what about Lee? Why wasn't Lee Anthony in court yesterday for the verdict to be read? There was a seat there for him, but he was a no-show.
No, he watched the verdict on TV, and it was easier for him to watch it at home versus coming to court. A very difficult day for everybody yesterday, and that was just his choice.
Mark, I understand that Tot Mom is considering changing her name and having more children. Have George and Cindy had any response to that?
No, I'm just hearing that for the first time. Certainly, she can do what she wants. She's been vindicated by the justice system. As far as security purposes, I wouldn't think it's a bad idea to change her name, maybe dye her hair, whatever she may choose to do. She's probably one of the most recognizable people in our nation right now, and she's going to have a very difficult time.
With us and taking your calls is the attorney for George, Cindy, and Lee Anthony, Mark Lippman. So, Mark, question, with all those hundreds of checks that Tot Mom stole from Cindy Anthony, I don't mean hundreds of dollars, I mean hundreds of checks. Is there ever going to be a prosecution on that?
Again, I can't discuss what my clients choose to do or not to do. Certainly,
Okay.
It's a crime that's been committed, and she has the right to prosecute or ask the state to prosecute. But I can't discuss how she wants to proceed with that, if she wants to proceed with that, or what she plans to do.
And Mark, in your clients, George and Cindy's statement that they released yesterday, they said that they did not agree with the tactics the defense used in getting the not guilty verdict. I assume they're referring to trying to claim George Anthony molested Tot Mom.
Right. I mean, when I said baseless, I'll be very specific on that. They did a very good job in attacking the scientific evidence by putting on they did what they're supposed to do as far as experts. As far as coming out and opening and calling my client George Anthony a sexual molester, I mean, that's where the baselessness comes from. There's never been any evidence of it. And the day they show me that evidence is the day that I'm done practicing law.
Mark, I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, that George and Cindy and Lee, none of them have had any contact with Tot Mom since the not guilty. Why?
Correct. Since 2008, actually. And why, I couldn't tell you. We had hoped to meet with Mr. Baez today, but unfortunately I heard he had flown up to New York to do an interview. So we weren't able to achieve that, but we'll see where we go tomorrow.
But, Mark, why would you want to meet with Baez? I mean, why aren't they going to visit Tot Mom?
Well, she's still represented, and he blocked us from meeting her prior to the trial. And it's his indication that he's still running the show right now.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that last sentence. Repeat.
Sure, he's still running the show right now. He's before we go meet with her, obviously my clients don't want to show up and then be rejected. So we need to make sure all arrangements are in place.
Mark, you've got to get Baez's permission for Cindy and George to see Tot Mom?
We're trying to make accommodations, I guess is a better word than permission, so everybody's on the same page.
Mark,
it's definitely a difficult position right now.
What were your clients, George and Cindy Anthony's response to the verdict?
It's unfortunately I can't discuss everything we talked about, but I can say that this is a chapter in their life that they're very happy that is over. They won't be deposed anymore. They won't have to sit on the stand or be recalled 10 times. The allegations of sexual molestation, I believe, as baseless as they are, have been finally put to bed. And it's just a chapter that they can close and turn and start to try and rebuild their lives.